I'm Shane.
I'm Bo.
We are Kentucky Fried Critics.
I didn't do it. You got the wrong guy.
All right, and we'll dissect that. We'll get into it. We'll see who did what in the grand scheme of this.
Hitherto and four out, refer to my imaginary lawyer over here off camera.
Do you have a better name for yours, or is it still Kobayashi?
Yoshihiro. So we'll keep the Japanese thing going.
So before we get into this, because I could just start going in already with all these. The names in this movie are insane. But before we get there, we should probably tell people.
Yeah, well,
I mean they
saw
this
the
picture,
thumbnail, but
just in case they stumbled here by accident, we always need to do this.
There could be not paying attention, painting their miniatures or whatever.
But why don't we start with the beer? What are we drinking today?
We got Brewdog's Brewing Company, Mugshot Coffee Cream Ale.
Gotta say, off the bat, good on you guys. Man, the coffee flavor in this is insane.
It comes through
again for
real,
the Patreon
real
people.
hard.
You guys know we don't like to do this to you audio listeners too often, but for the Patreon people, like,
look at
this is insanely light
that fucked
colored.
with my head.
Like this is like the blonde, the Guinness blonde.
Yeah, that's what it
this
looks
is like
like.
the Guinness blonde color.
but
the
tastes like coffee.
is so strong in the best ways. And again, so when you get a stout, right? That coffee flavor is like the bitter part of the coffee.
Yeah.
This is not the bitter part of
This
the coffee.
tastes like coffee that has a little sugar in it.
It's
just
good.
a little bit.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. The cream ale part of it gives you that little bit of sweetness, exactly, and then the coffee comes in behind it, and it's a good. I'm surprised this isn't something done more often.
Right.
Second,
Just the color keeps fucking with me. I want it to be dark. When it came out of the can, I was like, shut the fuck up. Are you sure this is coffee?
Second thing, we got to go ahead and say this. We've done Brewdog quite a few times. I think we've enjoyed all of them. They were Elvis Juice.
Didn't they do Clockwork Orange? The orange
I
one?
think maybe, yeah. So, yeah, we've had
They've been on the show a couple
A
times.
few times.
They
Always
never
enjoyed
disappoint.
them. And again, you got another one up there for
Yeah,
them.
you got another one, guys.
Oh, was Brewdog also the SLC Punk one? The first one, not SLC Pills.
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Punk IPA or
Punk
whatever.
IPA or
Yeah.
something like that.
So yeah, they've made their way here. They've definitely earned their place in one of our higher echelon of beer companies for sure.
Brewed in Ohio. Ohio fucking makes good beer. A lot of our
gotten
a lot of ours come from Ohio.
Just as many from Kentucky. We've definitely Ohio's probably been the second. Now remember though, that's because we do only travel in a tri-state area. We'd have to start. We need one time to make the tri-state area the southern tri-state area.
Yeah, go
and
head down into Tennessee and
we'd
shit.
get some other beer for sure.
We could
one time. Like we just need to plan this out so that way we can
hit
do it.
Nashville. We can go to Jerry Lawler's restaurant, get some barbecue.
There you go. Maybe we'll find inspiration for something while we're down there.
I just hope he's in there because he goes in there and he has like a little booth off in the corner and he'll paint stuff if you go talk to him.
Stop for a second. Don't go too
Yeah,
far.
don't go too far. You're talking about the king.
Yeah.
Let's get off of it.
We could spend too long there, right?
Oh, I could go for days.
Well, Andy Kaufman. I could start
yes.
going.
Dude, no, we need to do that
Yes.
movie.
Oh, so again, like I already was saying, you're proving the point. Technology saw it coming and tried to stop us.
I've got backstage stories from the wrestling side of that one.
But so yeah, let's go ahead. The movie to go with the beer because we still haven't even officially said that yet. We got The Usual Suspects, guys.
Yeah, the classic.
It's a great movie. First and foremost, before we go again, so
It has to be done.
well, it has to be done, and we always start this with our little bit of like, well, I say a little bit, but it usually ends up being a good chunk of the episode. But we start this with our rundown of the cast, kind of leads into some history and facts and all that stuff while we're doing it. We're gonna start this off with a preface. Two people, perhaps you might say the most important two people of the film, are people that are shrouded in their own brand of
Assholery?
and accusations that we don't want
Allegedly,
to be a part of.
apparently.
No. A lot of it's real. A lot of
Have they ever been convicted of anything?
Yeah. A lot of it's
up to
past.
that point. I think it's unless they're convicted.
There are some
you got to
parts-
say allegedly.
I think some parts might still be allegedly, but there are plenty of parts that are no longer allegedly and are definitely.
As long as if you see him in public, you kick him in the nuts, you're fine.
So we're just gonna say these two names real quick.
Name the
people.
fuckers and let's move on.
We got our director, Bryan Singer, who has been name dropped once before, and we mentioned that there's fuckery around his name, and we didn't want to keep talking about him then, and we're going to keep to that.
Yep.
So we're not going to keep talking about him. That's it. He's
man
the director.
The man did this movie.
Period.
That's all we're saying.
Next on the list, Kevin Spacey. Also plenty of fuckery. Some shared fuckery between the two.
Yeah, fair enough.
Look it up. You can
found
find
that out today.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And again, somehow tangentially connected, which is why we don't want to talk about it no more. Their fuckery is their fuckery. Let's not let their fuckery taint anything else, right? Let's just leave it at that. We've also probably
Fuck the fuckers and their fuckery.
I was about to say we probably said that word too much for the YouTube algorithm too.
It's a good thing we're not monetized.
We still want to be shared though.
Oh yeah,
we gotta watch it.
As long as our fans share us, they can't stop it.
I don't know if there's a count on how many they give us before they're like, we should probably lower the.
Definitely exceeded that.
In 2 minutes, we exceeded that for sure. But yeah, so we can now move on to the rest of the people involved with the movie because they're not involved in nearly as much fuckery, or at least not the kind of fuckery. I mean,
good wholesome American fuckery is what they're doing.
Well, I mean, we're all people. We're all involved into some kind of fuckery, right?
Yeah.
Come on, let's be real. I just need
not,
I was just trying to find a way to slip those.
Kind.
I was just trying to find a way to slip those in a couple more times.
Just a couple more fucks, just 2 or 3.
I got him. We can move on now. So our writer for this movie, Christopher McQuarrie, he also has written a few other things that people will know, and that's going to be The Way of the Gun. It's a really good movie. I think it's Ryan Phillippe and some other people. You should check it out.
I've not seen that one.
You should check it out. It's
I like gun movies.
It's a crazy. It's a really wild story of like how people get to a play. You know what I'm saying? Like really wild.
Kind of
like
Way of the Samurai, but with guns.
It's not quite that, but I like how you the Way of the Gun.
Dude, I would have done it like that. Full Kurosawa movie, right? You know.
He also is responsible for Valkyrie.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
Well, I knew you would. I know your love of history would definitely mean that you've seen Valkyrie.
I'll give it an 85 on accuracy. It was really good.
Well, there you go, McQuarrie. I don't know if he directed that one. So that's the thing. He's the writer for this, but at some point he did do both. He did writing, directing. So, and usually his projects. I think The Way of the Gun, he might have done both.
Yeah.
He's also the writer for Jack Reacher. You know what that is? It's like one of those big like espionage.
I've seen a couple of the episodes of the TV show.
Yeah.
That really,
that dude.
Really big.
He's the guy behind the movie, and then he's also the writer of several of the most recent Tom Cruise vehicles. So like the Top Gun remake.
Nice. I liked that one. That was actually pretty good.
I want to say the last 2 Mission Impossibles were him.
I haven't seen them. I'm a little behind on those. I think,
I think
5 was the last one I saw.
I want to say I stopped at 4 or 5. Yeah, it's been a while since I've gone to see a Mission Impossible movie. And they might be good. I'm not trying to knock them. I just kind of checked out at a certain point. I was like, oof.
We're still doing this? I'll come back to it. And then never did.
I'll circle back eventually.
Same thing with like the Final Destinations. I saw like 4 and I was like.
I just recently did that because the new one came out. I've done all of them and the new one now. So.
Still haven't. I need to do that. Me and my friends were going to. We couldn't find them.
HBO Max. HBO
anywhere.
Max has all of them right now.
Nice.
But I would try to do it soon because it might be one of those things they only had a temporary license because the movie was coming out.
You got a week. Hurry up.
Before we get wrapped up into anything else, let's move on. So yeah, Christopher McQuarrie, though, we got to give him credit, especially because we're not giving credit to the other people. So he should get their credit.
Yeah, he gets more credit than them.
This is a great story.
Yeah, it is.
Right? And to give credit to this, one of the things that I saw about like him writing this, the whole original idea of it came from him seeing a lineup poster. It was just his idea of what the movie poster would be. The one that we all know, again, the lineup.
And then it turned into like, well, what if they are all like actual badass criminals?
Well, it just,
and then they started talking to each other.
I wish I knew what the evolution from there was, but yeah, like the whole premise originally just started from like him envisioning like the movie poster of like 5 dudes at a mugshot lineup like that. So good. So it's so crazy to think that it's such just a small place to start from.
Just sitting in his recliner, smoking a cigarette, drinking.
I want to say he also
watching the news.
in the movie they do the quartet, and it's a joke about it's from Skokie, Illinois, right? That part is real. Like that part's supposed to be like he wrote that part while he was in an office staring at one of that specific board, quarter board from Skokie, Illinois, and he wrote that part specifically while he was and so when he made the movie, he made sure to get the actual board to put in for that revelation point of
nice.
Yeah. So again, like you got to give him credit. I think I also read that he did make an appearance in the movie, and I can't remember where the scene is. It's towards the end, though. It's at a point to where maybe you could have figured out the twist. We'll save again, we're not, no spoilers here. We're going to talk about the twist, just not yet.
Yeah.
But it's like right before or right after you could have figured out that twist. And he is apparently like just off in the background to the left of the shot, and you can see him laughing at people for not figuring it.
He's just in the background just pointing at the camera. Ha ha, you stupid fucks. You couldn't figure it out.
Essentially,
I'm smarter than you.
Essentially. And I think that I love that. That's a fun little nod and a wink, right?
I gotta watch it again now. We're gonna look for it.
That's the beauty of this movie. Like, there are some movies that people say like the rewatchability is like really high. No. I don't know if most movies can touch this one.
Yeah, you can watch this one 100 times and still be like, no, I have a different idea now.
A different idea, or you might have seen something that tipped you off to something else earlier.
Or just completely you see something that just ruins your whole theory that you had to begin with. It's like, nope, that's not at all what it is. Damn it, I lost that detail.
And again, this is truly great about the movie, right? So that's why we have that's like I said, all accolades that we might have been given to the two people we will not name should definitely go to Christopher, right?
Yeah.
Like he deserves it.
He wrote the damn thing.
The writing here was great, right?
More love for the writers.
We should.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's why the writers and directors, just not
this particular one. Fuck you.
Yeah. But that's why we started doing this in the first place. Is because we both were like, oh shit, we like some of these people.
We do like some of these people.
They do have connections to other things we like.
This guy.
So yeah, let's move on to our actors, because really, there's our main five.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, there are a couple other characters, and we'll mention a couple other people that pop into the movie. But as far as like if you're gonna talk about the cast, our cast is really just like this is one of those movies where you could do the stage play of just the five. And they only ever mention the police officer off. You know what I'm saying? Like, or maybe six. We would need Kuyan. We would need him. But we could do however you want to say it.
I can't want to
We'll get there.
His name.
He's one of the people. I've got him. We'll talk about it in depth when we get
such
to him.
a weird name.
It is. But but you know what I'm saying? Like the way this is written, we don't really need a bunch of the extra characters. They could have done this really like with our core people, and that's it.
Radio show.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
like radio play. This would be awesome.
You could easily do that for sure. That would be great. And so we'll start with the person who the highest billed actor on the fucking list for sure. He's definitely also the guy who we all went in your first time viewing most likely thinking was Kaiser Soze.
It makes sense.
It does. Gabriel Byrne.
He's got
the look.
Charisma. And he's the look kind of long hair.
He's always so calm. You know what I mean?
And
like,
cool, collected,
no matter
smart.
how bad the situation is, no matter how dire the circumstances, that man pulls off cool, right? Like this, he's Peter Fonda. He's
there you go.
He's just got this sternness.
He just lights a cigarette and he's just like, "No, everybody, just calm down. We gotta think."
Dude. There's a sternness and like way that he looks, and he pulls it off in every movie.
And
dude.
that like Irish accent that he's got.
And it only in this movie especially. Did you notice how it only slid through like a couple of times?
It's really bad.
It slid in.
It's
hard.
really bad when they're in like the tank.
Yes, dude.
The drunk tank.
It cracked me up though, because like he does most of the movie he doesn't use it. But there were a couple of times it slides out.
I forgot. I'm Gabriel Byrne.
Well, you know, like again, like you said, in the drunk tank, and then towards the end, like the part where he turns badass, right? Like the part where he's like, "No, we're gonna have to fight." Like he starts delivering some lines in that accent. I was like, and don't get me wrong, it really punches up the drama.
Irish pride.
The drama comes out in it, but you're like, where was that 5 seconds ago? Like that's not how you just talk to that guy. Again, I'm not knocking him. It works.
Singer was letting him do the accent, and the assistant director was like, maybe tone it down a little bit.
So, but yeah, I love Gabriel Byrne. I don't want to talk about a lot of his other projects because, again, he's a prolific actor. I'm surprised this is the first one that we're talking about him in. I'm sure it will not be our last.
No, it won't be.
But because we have so many other, like, again, it is 5 people, but it's a tight 5 people, and some of them I do want to talk about more because I love them, and I don't know how often we're going to see them coming back.
Yeah, it's fair.
Well, actually, I take that back.
No.
None of these people on the 5, they're all coming back.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that. I think I just want to save Gabriel Byrne for a time where he's not sharing the spotlight with so many people. Because he's got plenty of movies where he is definitely the focal point, right?
The guy who played Jack Bear, he might not come back too often.
What? Giancarlo Esposito? Well, I guess he does do TV. We'd have to start doing more TV shows to cover him. But he's Breaking Bad. He was in don't make me do this right now, because I could. He's in a bunch of. Dude, I love. Was that Revolution or whatever? Do you remember the one where it's like everybody loses, like the world loses power, and they have to like try to come up with ways to find electricity? You should watch this. It's written by some of the people who did Lost, and it's like set 30 years after an apocalypse happens where everybody loses power.
Cool.
And so like you're talking like fiefdoms coming back and shit, right? And so like Giancarlo Esposito plays this badass dude. It's a good show. We went off on a little bit of a tangent, but Giancarlo Esposito could come back. But you're right. He's been in a lot of movies, but his prolific stuff is definitely in more TV shows.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. I do love Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, he was
Plus,
great.
It's fun to say.
Yeah, Giancarlo. You gotta put the accent.
Giancarlo. So yeah, he as Jack Bear, as you said, it's such a fun name because it's what I call my kid, Jack Bear. Jack Bear. I love it. On from him though, let's go back to our core 5.
Sorry.
You're okay. I love that. That was fun. That was good. Kevin Pollak as Hockney.
Is that what his name was?
Hockney.
I kept fucking everybody has such weird accents.
And they're all such weird names.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're all
I thought his name
names.
was Hockey.
No, Hockney with an N. But it's hockey with an N though. It is literally it's exactly how it's spelled. I was like,
what's that weird ass name? Hockey? Is that just like his nickname?
Kevin Pollak, been on the show before. We love Kevin Pollak. Grumpy old men.
Yeah.
Grumpy old, yeah.
He's the
son.
Son. Yeah,
right?
he's his son.
But again, like we said when we did that one, we fucking love Kevin Pollak, dude. His impressions are amazing when he gets to do them. That being said, this movie, not that movie for him.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
He's not the comic relief in this movie.
He still had some good lines where he did have good timing, though. So,
but it's just crazy.
It wasn't his job to be the comedy character,
which is crazy because when you name off the rest of them, you're like, well, who was? You know what I mean? Like if you've not seen the movie,
supposed to be
when you've not seen the movie and you see the cast, you just immediately are like, oh, Kevin Pollak's the comic relief. He's not. Benicio del Toro. That's our comic.
No,
relief.
He's supposed to be the hard ass. Like you need to give him a scar over his eye, and he's not. He's the crazy one, right?
But he's not.
He's really not. He's such a goof.
Like that's the way they talk about the character, right? But Benicio del Toro's character is 100% Finster. Finster is 100% the comic relief because of del Toro's choice. Del Toro chose to do this accent, and they just they let him.
That accent is.
They let him. They told everybody else on set, we want you to react naturally to what you hear when you hear him talk, and they do. So a
lot of fucking. Huh?
Yeah, so every time you hear a huh or was that English? Like you do in the lineup.
Give me the fucking keys, cock. God damn. I'll try to make a point. Shit.
I love it, dude. But to me, what I think people don't give Del Toro enough credit for in this movie is the movement.
The physical acting where it's like he's running at like 30 frames per second. He's so janky.
He's like it's every movement. It's like he's got a spring in his joints because every movement has like an extra bounce to it that it doesn't need to have, and I don't know why I love it so much.
Way too much cocaine.
Something, right? But it's so amazing. He is the one that says something about it when the drugs show up. It looks like a lot of China.
Sure, we can't keep this. Like, no, dude, you got a problem. Shut up.
Yes, Del Toro was amazing, and again, he takes it. He's the comic relief. He is the throwaway character, even
Gone.
right?
No, I didn't like that. They got rid of him too soon.
He's again, like that. Apparently, I read behind the scenes. That's why Del Toro did the role the way he did, is because he was like, I'm the throwaway character. It literally doesn't matter how I'm doing what I'm doing, because
but you will
I'm
remember
the guy.
me.
That's it, though. And that's exactly what, like, Kevin Pollak and some of the other actors said. They were like, look, say what you want, but he did. He took the character that you're not supposed to care about, the character that doesn't make it, and he ate up every fucking scene he was
supposed
in.
to be just McManus's fucking buddy.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. McManus is more important, because McManus is the one with the connection. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he knows the fencer and has the first job and all this shit.
Finster is totally back up to McManus. 100% agree with you. On to McManus, he's the first one we meet, technically, right? The story starts.
Yeah, it is.
Like, technically, we hear Spacey.
Yeah.
But we said we're not going to use the real names anymore.
Verbal.
He
plays Verbal.
Yeah,
that's all we're going to say about it.
So quick, we didn't say
there
his
it is.
Character.
That's his intro.
So that way you know.
He's in this movie. He plays Verbal. That's what he will be referred to from now on.
So, yeah, just so that way we can get past that. What was I just saying? What?
McManus, he gets arrested.
Yeah, yeah. So the beginning starts, we hear Verbal talking, but McManus is the first one of all of these bad guys that we actually see.
They bust in his house, he's asleep. He's just like, man, don't you all ever fucking sleep? Fuck you, pig.
And who is it?
It's Stephen Baldwin. Yeah.
I know earlier when me and you were talking about it, you were like, Biodome, but he's literally looking Biodome right now. Like, he looks like you shave him, curl his hair, he's straight up
rub those fucking Sharpie tattoos off of him.
He's Stubbs, right?
Yeah,
He's Squirrel. He's Stubbs.
Yeah, Stubbs.
Squirrel is the other one. That's right. Pauly Shore's Squirrel, because he's the one that.
Yep.
The squirrel said. Yeah, we'll save that for when we do. Ooh, that's one we have to get back to.
Yeah, it does. Biodome.
Back to our Pauly Shore stuff at some point. But yeah, Stephen Baldwin. Weird choice. But at the same time,
did they let him cut when his own hair? Because his hair looks so weird through this whole movie.
That was just the look at the time. That weird, like, overly flat to the head thing that he was doing. Like it's like a third grader's bowl cut.
Yes, that's what it looked like. It's it looks like you let your kid cut his own hair.
Yeah, that was just kind of a look at the time. So I don't know. I don't think it was him. It was definitely probably the movie to blame for that.
Did him dirty. Did not help him did not help him with that haircut.
But yeah, this is a very specific era of Stephen Baldwin to where you're like, it's hard not to see some of those other movies from that same time.
Dude, I'm happy as shit you're in such a big movie. And
dude,
you do great.
He does.
He's so good.
The character they got him for, again, at first you'd think like Stephen Baldwin, what? But the character they got him for was perfect for him. Like the random outburst character, the character who just like is too excited to keep it all contained.
A little volatile.
He did great, right? From the very beginning, from the lineup when he delivers the line and jumps out.
Give me your keys, cocksucker!
Like he's in an action movie.
All right, that's enough. Get back.
Him. Yeah, dude.
I mean, if you know you haven't done anything, might as well.
So again, Baldwin was a good cast. I will actually say that top level down, right? Gabriel Byrne's maybe the only one that you think is like, oh, that fits.
Yeah, no, that fits completely. The rest of the team,
the
it's
top
like
level down. When you first hear the names, you're almost like, well, and again, Del Toro, you wouldn't do that with until you know he's the comic relief, right?
Yeah.
Like when you see his name, you're like, oh, I buy
like,
him.
Oh, Gabriel Byrne, Del Toro, fuck yeah!
Oh, yeah,
like these guys are gonna be hard ass gangsters or something.
And Byrne is,
yeah.
Del Toro
he's the only
is
one.
Not. And then Pollak is playing off character.
He's trying.
And
he's trying so hard.
Again, Stephen Baldwin, you're thinking in your head Biodome. Again, all of them pull it off great.
Yeah, they do. But
just
when you first see it,
yeah, you're just when you're just looking at billing on paper, you're like,
really? Stephen Baldwin, Kevin Pollak. Like
again, so here's my thing. Well, I'll save that because it's going to be it's important for later. You know, we'll see. But yeah, so let's get we don't have very many people left to talk, so we've already mentioned Giancarlo as one of our smaller characters. We've got two more small characters that play important parts that I feel it, even though they're actors that maybe most people aren't super familiar with the names of, it's just only fair because of how big of a part they are in the movie. So that's going to be Kuyan,
Dave Coulier.
However you're supposed to say this.
That's just what I wanted to call him.
But first I'll just say who he is, and then let's get into the name. Because again, we both have already come in saying, like, what the fuck was that? So it's Chaz Palminteri. What a name.
That's nice. That's a better
Is
name.
That Lord of the Rings? Palminteri, isn't it the stone?
Palantir.
I'm glad that you got where I was going with it.
No, it's an Italian Palantir. It's a Palminteri.
Right, though? Tell me that you feel it a little bit from that, right? I'm glad that you got there.
It's a big arancini that you divine shit in.
So yeah, we got him. He is Kuyan. He's our detective. But this name, right? It is spelled Kujan, which what is that? Turkish? What or
Kujan?
What?
Kojun?
It is definitely not the Italian, which is the way everybody pronounces this, like it is like CUI something, like Italian spelling. They're pronouncing it like this guy is fresh off a boat from Italy. And maybe me and Bo are wrong. Maybe we don't know enough about Italian surnames. Yeah. Maybe that is a very Italian surname, but it doesn't look it. To have a J right after a U?
To us dumbass hillbillies out here in the hills, that ain't right.
Oh, wait.
It looked wrong.
I want to stop. I have to pause right now before we go any further because you just reminded me of something that we did at the end of the last one because you mentioned hillbilly, so it made me think of the Beverly. We did mess up because we almost accidentally said Wilder Napalm was Kevin Spacey, and we fucked up. It's Arliss Howard. I looked this up so that way we could fix ourselves. Because we did this at the time before, and we promised we weren't going to do it, and we did it again. So I feel it's only right if we take the time to make sure people remember he is not Kevin Spacey. He just kind of looks like Kevin Spacey.
Unfortunately, looks like he.
At this day and age, very unfortunate appearance resemblance. All right, we can get back to the story now.
I think I'd just have somebody like break my nose or something at that point. Be like, yeah, I can't look like this guy. You go ahead and fuck something up.
So real quick, we'll do two more and then we can get into everything. So one of them is just going to be Kobayashi. Again, not super I've important.
Seen this guy in so much shit and I can never remember his name.
Pete Postlethwaite.
Yeah, that's probably why I can never remember it.
But yeah, he's in a lot of things. He's definitely not usually a main character. He's like this. He's an important side character. Does this really well. He's an intimidating dude when he's on screen. I'm always kind of like, man,
damn man,
I'm not gonna fuck with him.
Something about that like Middle Eastern face with the British accent.
Plus, so Kobayashi.
And
is another
Japanese
one of those names, right? Isn't that the thing from Star Trek?
The Kobayashi Maru. Oh my God, it is.
Do you think that's where he got the name from?
It totally was.
He's a Star Trek fan, and he was like, "I'm gonna throw this in here." That's why I've been waiting to fucking mention that one to you. Like of all the other names, we had
makes the writer even better. He's just like, "This is just for the nerds."
Yeah. We had the bit with the Kuyan, you know what I'm saying? But the Kobayashi, I'm telling you right now, that one I feel is like a Star Trek.
I can't believe
reference.
I watched this like 2 times and still didn't pick up on that.
So there is one last person that I want to mention that is not important in the movie. I don't even know if his character is named. He might just be Doctor. Hallway Doctor.
Hallway Doctor.
But it is Clark Gregg. And for the people who don't know who that is, this is Agent Goddamn Coulson in the MCU.
The single most important person in the MCU.
Well, if you believe that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is actually in Universe MCU, then 100% he is. Right? Like, he is the most important part of the Phase 1 Avengers.
Yeah, they would have died
without him. Well, he brought them all together.
Yeah,
he was the agent who literally was.
He went and got them all up.
So yeah, only wanted to mention because literally when I heard his voice, I was immediately like, "Is Coulson in this hospital somewhere?"
The fuck? I missed it. I was too busy paying attention to the burnt guy,
the Hungarian, the burnt Hungarian with one eye, looking like a lizard underneath that.
Guys,
Well, I wish that the way he said Kaiser Soze sounded like Kaiser Soze, because it didn't.
No,
It took the interpreter to say it again before you. It was like
very burly.
You know what I mean? Like, it was so much not.
Half
Kaiser
his tongue
Soze.
is just a blister.
I agree.
You know?
He has a reason for it, but I'm. Just
Why didn't
saying.
they just give him a pen, write it down? Like, he had one good hand. I saw it.
All right, but now that we finished those, and for us, surprisingly quickly.
Yeah, right.
Again, I know for you people listening that you might be like, that wasn't that fast. For
us, man, we've gone like an hour before just on the cast.
We've only been on this new format for a few weeks, dude. And yeah, we've definitely hit. We were like, oh, now that we don't have to do this super quick, we really kind of leaned into the not doing it super quick. But in all fairness, it still worked for a decent flow to the episode, because it works as a good time to put some of those little tidbit facts in, right, with the cast and crew. On that, there's at least one or two things that I didn't include in the cast and crew that I do want to mention before we really get into it, because I think it helps set up the camaraderie, or at least the vibes of how and why some of this stuff worked. So one of the things that I think is, and again, I hate to give credit to the guy I'm not going to mention the name of, but this was 100% one of those director choices, right?
Yeah.
He had all of the actors believing they were Kaiser Soze, all of our main criminals.
So each one walked through this whole movie being like,
they were,
I am Kaiser Soze. I get to be the big reveal at the end of the movie.
They thought they were the one.
I kind of feel bad for, especially a couple of them. I feel bad for.
Well,
imagine Stephen Baldwin being so fucking bummed. Just being like,
some of them you think to yourself and you're like, well, they had to know they weren't.
Yeah.
Del Toro?
Yeah, he died. He died. Like,
it would have been a hell of a surprise to find out Soze was the dude that died.
Faked his death. He was just really good at holding his breath.
Well, I guess that's what we heard about the guy.
For that like whole 3-minute scene of them there. He's just sitting there.
Now, so yeah, he did intentionally do that on purpose, and it does help for performance on some of them, right? Like, some of them are going to have different types of bravado if they think in their head, I'm the twist, right? And so I think it really worked. It definitely shows through, again, as we've already said, in Burn being the highest.
Yeah,
like,
he's the one that...
He's super cool. He's
if you
suave.
Just looked at the movie poster, you're like,
think
well,
he's
it's clearly
Soze.
that guy.
You wouldn't even think, like, again, yeah, the tagline of the poster is the lineup, and then who is Kaiser Soze? You would just automatically
guy
be
in
like,
the middle, right there. That dude, he's got the
look
nice
at him. He's
suit.
got that,
he looks
that look about him.
Yeah. He's got the voice.
And so it's one of those things where it's like, knowing that he did that, and apparently Gabriel Byrne, like, he never fixed it. Like, Gabriel Byrne, from when you look at like trivia and facts about the movie,
rumor and innuendo,
he supposedly did not know until he watched it on release day. Like, he went to one of the showings of the movie, watched it, and was like, fuck balls shit. Why am I not Kaiser Soze?
I'd be so fucking mad. You can see him in the theater with his date, sitting there like the whole time. He's just be like, wait, watch. And it never happens.
Oh,
and she just kind of looks at him and he's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody.
And now the other thing that I want to mention also works to what we were already saying, because we've mentioned it multiple times and just mentioned it. The lineup. It is a small scene in the movie, but it's the poster. It's the inspiration to the movie. It's what kicks it all off. They reference back to it multiple times throughout the movie, because again, it's how they all met.
Even at the very end of the movie, when Verbal's sitting there, just like, he's like a bunch of fucking cops. The whole was started with this fucking lineup, bunch of dickheads, and the same dickheads are gonna get me out of it. I don't think so.
So the beauty of this movie is in sometimes the comic nature of it. In scenes like that, right? Like that lineup scene is so funny. Like, every bit of it, the way, and it wasn't supposed to be. Like, that's one of those.
It's our second lineup scene. We had one last week too.
Yes.
All it needed was Zsa Zsa at the very end being like, I swear I didn't slap that guy.
That would have been so perfect. Capstone. But yeah, like the lineup.
That's the blooper. Right, it's in the deleted
so
scenes.
Apparently for this, the whole thing was supposed to be the blooper. That's the beauty here, is that this whole thing was not supposed to go this way. It was supposed to be a very serious, very tense moment, everybody being brought in. But what happened is, apparently they were doing the scene, so they were having to reshoot it so many times. According to both Kevin Pollak and Benicio del Toro, because somebody was farting. According to Kevin Pollak, specifically Del Toro. Del Toro says...
Del Toro says,
he
who smelt it dealt it, goddammit. It was Pollak.
Del Toro says someone was farting through all the scenes.
He didn't want to rat his boy out.
But so the farting made it a little bit more funny. They were all laughing about it, and so then they all... and
That's why there's that 1/2 second scene of them just cracking the fuck up.
Possibly, but it's because they had to reshoot so many times that, you know, like the slap stickiness of it all started coming out. Like everybody was slap happy filming it, right? Like,
and it's got to be at the point of where it's like, what are we even doing wrong?
So here's the thing I would postulate to you, since now that we know that, right? Like we know that most of that scene wasn't supposed to go that way. The part that we love the most, which is Baldwin doing the super crazy. We've already even quoted
that
the
has
full...
to be a piss take. That has to be him just being like, I'm done. I'm just throwing this out.
And the funny thing is, that's the one that led to the laughing that you were talking about. That's the one, because Burns starts fucking cracking up right after. You know, like he does that into Del Toro's, and it's right. One take. And you know, like Del Toro starts his straight. You can still see him standing in the wrong spot from doing the. And so all of that laughter came from that one. Like they just like totally like Baldwin was slap happy. He went for it. Del Toro said okay. The people were like, "What'd you say?" Because they didn't
say that in English. Goddamn, whatever the fuck that voice is he's doing.
I love it, dude. I don't know what it is.
He put a rock in his mouth.
I can't even explain why I enjoy it so much, but it is so funny. It hits a thing in my brain where I'm just like, that is so good. It's so funny. I love it so much.
Later after the lineup when they're in the tank and he's bitching about like, hey, they called me a criminal, and they're like, you are one. He's like, well, why'd you gotta do that, man? Well, I was trying to make a point. Yeah. Dude, the way he says that cracks me up.
It's good, dude. And so like, yeah, the movie has a lot of these like sprinkled in comedy brilliance, and apparently they weren't supposed to be there.
It's like dark adult humor in this serious.
This is the one thing
movie.
I'll say. We weren't going to mention the guy's name, but I'll mention it one more time right here, and it's because Singer hated it. He hated it. He hated it with a passion. He wanted them to go in and do what he was asking, and they couldn't do it, and finally he had to give up and say, fine,
I'll use what
I'll
got.
make something work from this.
Well, good. You just take it and deal with it, asshole. It worked in your favor.
Now, unfortunately, it worked. That's
I was going to say, it worked in your favor, so shut up.
We wish it hadn't, or I guess we don't. I don't know. We wouldn't have the I mean,
we wouldn't have this movie.
Or the X-Men movies. Okay, we gotta stop, because I'm not trying to be an apologist. I don't.
It's just the thing that pisses you off, right? Like it's like, man, god damn it, you did things I like, but
I don't.
You fuck.
Yes.
Wood chipper.
This is what I get. I shouldn't. I said I'd bring him up, and I shouldn't have. Right? I was like, I'm gonna let it slide, and I shouldn't have let it slide.
So it's all right. The gods will deal with him in the afterlife.
So let's get on to the story. We've mentioned Soze, but we've not really talked about Soze.
Who is he? What is he?
So that's the beauty of this movie, right? The whole movie is this. You go through, and you don't even hear that name.
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes before you hear the name.
It's almost halfway through the movie. Yeah, before you.
I love it when they first tell it to Verbal. He comes out. Who's Kaiser Soze? Ah, fuck.
And then I love that that was his reaction, but that's possibly from the fake story part, because he heard that from that brings us to our point here. So Kaiser Soze is the real criminal mastermind.
Yep. It's like the boogeyman of the underworld.
But here comes the true question. What is real and what isn't? What do we know is definitively real and what do we know is not? Because, like, for instance, one of the greatest stories about Kaiser Soze in the fucking movie is the badass story about Kaiser Soze. Oh, he showed him what a man of conviction is.
Yeah, they
shot his own family.
Rather than be dead than what happened to them after this night. Fucking just bam, bam, bam. And then let the Hungarian guy go to tell the story of how...
And then went to go kill all of them. Everybody they know. Their family. The people that owed them money.
That's the one that got me. Is like, even the people who owed him money. And I'm like, God damn, what did they do?
Yes. I love it. It's so good. But even that, though, that story comes from...
Didn't kill the dog. He didn't say anything about killing their dog. So there's a line.
But so that story even comes from Verbal, who, again, spoiler, non-spoiler, whatever, this movie is old, is Kaiser Soze. So we don't know the validity of any of that. Was he telling them that, saying this is something I did?
He's an unreliable source.
It's the most unreliable narrator.
Everyone else is dead. Right? There is no one else to argue with his story.
Well, here's the thing, like, at this point, he does, like, when he tells us that story, he is saying already, like, he is the boogeyman. Yeah. He's the Baba Yaga. not that one. Not John.
Rat on your pop. Or Kaiser Soze will get you.
Right? No, he is like that figure. He's like totally shrouded in mystery. But the thing is,
the guy in the flashback that they did, he did kind of look like Keanu Reeves with super long hair.
No, so, but here's my thing about that whole flashback, right? Like, that flashback sets up that he is like, again, and we hear he's supposed to be of German and Turkish descent, but that really pushes that Turkish thing. Kevin Spacey ain't that.
No.
Right?
He's like Dutch Irish, isn't he?
Well, even that. But I'm saying, like, I could buy the German part.
Yeah, I mean, I can buy the German.
But I don't buy in any way that if you're telling me Verbal is Kaiser Sose, that Verbal is part Turkish and Turkish enough to have fit into, because that story is very Turkish.
He's an honorary Sikh.
Well, you know what I mean?
Like he just works in Turkey a lot, so they gave him a title.
The flashback was very Turkish.
Yeah,
right. Like they're in like one of those.
They're like
tents.
one of those palace things, like the palace tents.
Yes. So it is 100% like they wanted you to believe the Turkish part.
The Hungarians had to fight their way through the harem first to get to his wife again.
And so like that is one of the first setups of like, once you know Kaiser Soze, once you watch the movie is, like I already said, like this one has rewatchability beyond most movies because of that. Not just that when you find out who Kaiser Soze is, you immediately want to immediately rewatch it.
Yeah, to see like, oh, well, where were the clues?
But the fact that once you like see the clues, you start to like think about things like that, where you're like, oh yeah, but he told us the story about Kaiser Soze. So is there any validity to that story? Because he was Kaiser Soze. The whole point is that he's telling the story just to buy time.
Yep.
So did he not just flesh out that story for more time? Is that based in reality?
Is there a scary story? It's probably just the setup of some like revenge B action movie that he watched.
Well, no, it's just a story he's heard someone else tell about Kaiser Soze. Because again, like, right, the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
When you get big enough, people start telling their own stories and you just have to go with them, right? So like maybe that's one of those cases where like slowly it's evolved. And he just keeps, when he hears a crazy one, he repeats the crazy one. That's a good one.
I liked that one. That was good. I love that you didn't use a real life reference. No. You could have went with like, you know, Black Robert or whatever, you know, a real pirate. You went with fucking
Dread Pirate Roberts.
Dread Pirate Roberts.
People know who I'm talking about.
Princess Bride. We need to do that movie.
But yeah, so like again, like that's the beauty of this movie is like really you don't know, right? Like so like once you go through the first time, you realize that at least at minimum 50% of the story is fake.
Yeah.
But it's really probably
way more. It's probably from the very beginning. As soon as Verbal starts talking, it's all bullshit.
So I have seen online theories all over the place. I've seen people that are, again, you know, they're like, oh, well, all of it's fake. But I've also seen people try to be like, well, it was a double fake. Like maybe most of that is the way it is. Because again, the best way to tell a story is
most of. I told you A and B are true. C,
and
you
so
have
maybe
no reason to think it's fake.
He only embellished the parts he needed to. But so maybe that would mean that the entire police exchange was real, everything, all of it in between, like everything. But the only thing he changed was just the names he needed to make it all fit.
Yeah.
But I think we know that can't be the case, right?
No.
Well, the police tell us that can't be the case. We know there were never drugs
on the boat,
on the ship. There was never $91 million was totally always fake.
Yeah, it was always bullshit.
That was never there.
It's some Argentinian guy.
It was just a guy.
With a sweet mustache. Oh, dude, no, that's the other guy. I was just like, dude, you need to be like the maitre d' at a fancy ass restaurant, right? Like, if I go in there and see that guy, I was like, fuck, it's gonna be a good night. This dude's gonna take care of us.
Yeah, so like that is one of those things. Like we know that it was all the one of the truest pieces of things in the movie. We know is that no matter what else was involved, it was all just about Verbal / Kaiser Sose killing that guy.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the only the parts in the middle are where it starts to get questionable. Like, right? Like, who did what when, and was it real? You know, like, did they really do any of those missions after they all met up? So let's start from the beginning. What do we know? We know is real, and how do we know it's real? Those are probably
okay. What I know to be real in my brain of brains, the guns that got stolen that set this whole thing up actually happened.
Yes, I agree.
And the lineup is what happened.
And
the lineup is real.
What's your evidence?
I had evidence.
I got one. It might not be yours, but it might even help you remember if it's not. Kuyan was the one who went and got Keaton.
Yeah. Like 10 minutes before, like right after he found out he wasn't
Kuyan
dead.
Wasn't part of the arresting force for the lineup, but because he has such an invested interest in Keaton, which we find out after that.
Yeah.
He is the one who went to Keaton because we find out later, got the tip off that Keaton wasn't dead.
The day all the shit went over.
Well, that would take me back to...
They call him, it's like, hey, he's having lunch. You should go look at him.
That would take me back to we know those are true, but also we don't know maybe the fullest extent of it, right? So, like, we know that that's what happened, right? We definitely know that they all went to the lineup because of that. Kuyan's what lets us know. Because Kuyan is an outside observer to everything. So anything that he was a part of, we know is 100% true.
Yeah.
So the fact that he brought him and we heard him tell Keaton, they want you for possibly this gun running thing, I'm going to have to take you in. We know that means that part happened. My problem with that is, though, did Kaiser do that? Like, we know later on they tell us Hockney was the guy who did it.
Yeah, I like that scene.
But is Kaiser responsible for it? Because 6 weeks, the day everything went down, that man Keaton had been dead.
Yep.
Dead to the world. Killed off the people involved so that way nobody could even contest. Even though the people that were alive said he died. I was like, it doesn't make sense that he would kill them.
Yeah.
Did that feel weird to you?
A little bit.
I was like, those are the people. Those two said he died. They said he walked into the building and died. You want them to be alive.
So they can keep telling people
died.
He's dead.
Yeah, I was like...
If you kill those guys, it makes it look like maybe you are lying.
Right?
A little bit.
I was like, I feel like that was a dumb writing slip up right there. But either way, so like the point there is though that the day, like you said, the day that went down was the day Kuyan even realized Keaton was still alive because he got a random tip off. So was Soze the one who paid Hockney without using, again, like we hear through the whole movie.
Third party, always, he works through all kinds of people.
People never know they're working for Soze. They just happen to be working for Soze.
Well, if you have no associates, no one can betray you.
Exactly. Well, I hate that I didn't write down the quote. The devil and not knowing you.
The greatest feat the devil ever played was getting people to believe he wasn't there.
Yes,
or something
didn't exist. Yeah. So yeah, it's literally that, right? And so like that's the thing, like for us to believe that if all of these people again, so this is where it gets tricky, right? Like the story we heard is all these people double-crossed Kaiser Soze.
Yeah, somehow at some point they all managed to fuck him over.
We don't know if that's real because the person that told us that was Kaiser Soze telling the story to someone else while trying to buy time. So we don't know if that's true, right? We don't know if there was a vendetta, but we do know that for Kuyan to be tipped off, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So was Soze the one that tipped him off?
It would have to be.
Right?
Unless Hackney tipped him off to get
Hockney.
Hockney, my bad.
It's okay.
See?
But here's my thing though. The reason I asked you that is because like if Soze would have tipped him off, right? Like if that's what went down, what's the reasoning behind it? If the story about them all double crossing Soze isn't true, like it only works that Soze would do it if that part's true, but we don't know.
He needed a reason for motivation for the cop of why these 5 criminals would even do this.
But again,
raid on a boat.
But remember, like that's the kicker here. Technically speaking, we don't know if it mattered which 5 people it was.
Yeah, that's true.
It could have been. It could just be that those happened to be the 5 that the 4 other people Kaiser was in the room with, right?
Yeah.
But it could also be because they double-crossed Kaiser Soze at some point. That's the thing.
That's why you watch the movie like 3 times, and then you go get one of your friends who hasn't seen it to get like an outside perspective because you're stumped.
But then you have to watch it with them twice without saying anything,
right?
Because you have to let them develop.
The first time is just so you can see the reaction to it being fucking.
Well, and the second time you have to let them like formulate the idea that they might have. Yeah. So again, like it is one of those like 100%.
They have whole group discussions. You just get people together. You got notebooks.
But so let's get back to our where it's real. Let's leave the beginning. We definitely know real though. Lineup really happened.
Yeah.
We don't know why. We don't know if those people needed to be there. We don't know if they didn't need to be there. But we know the lineup was real. Kuyan lets us know the lineup was real.
Yeah.
We don't know the conversation after the lineup. We have no idea if they really talked to each other and were like, we should get one up on them.
Yeah, fuck these cops. McManus has a plan. It's a good plan.
Yes.
It's a really good plan. But I don't see it coming from him.
Well, listen.
That was my problem. It didn't seem like a McManus plan.
No, listen, though. Listen. McManus only had an idea. Right? Because
that's right.
When it all goes down, Verbal has to go to Keaton and says, this is really the plan, but his would get people killed.
Yeah, he just wants to go in shooting. That's right.
So he had an idea. He knew where the money was, not how to get the money. Can we agree to that?
I mean, he's a blunt instrument. You go in,
I agree.
Kill everybody. Take what you want.
I'm saying that McManus's choice of words of saying I have a plan, like maybe his choice of plan was wrong. That's all I'm saying. He had
his caveman brain. That's a total plan.
He had information.
There you go.
Right? Like that's what he had. He's like, I know some shit. But yeah, so there was a plan involved. But again, like, so that's what I'm saying though. Like, we don't even know if they did that. We don't know, right? That's the thing.
That could be just something he used to cover his ass because you could corroborate that actually happened.
That's what I was gonna say. That really happened. That much
all
we can say.
The shit with the internal affairs and the cops and the greatest taxi service.
Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, the New York taxi.
And they pick up Orson Welles from the fucking airport.
It's so crazy. But yeah, so
I laughed so hard when that guy walked out. I was like, why is he dressed like Orson Welles?
But so all of that is real, but maybe not their parts.
Yeah.
Right? Like
could have just got that from a newspaper.
Yes.
Oh, I bet it's one of the newspaper clippings on the wall back there.
Yes.
Bet you anything.
Well, because they were he was a guy who was friends with New York cops, so it makes sense that even though they're in California, he might have clippings about the New York shit.
That's right.
Because Kuyan was in New York.
Yeah.
It all fits, dude. Again, that's why it's so
That's
hard.
why you gotta watch this movie so many times
to figure it out, dude. But so yeah, so again, we know the lineup happened. We don't know if any of this stuff happened, right? Any of the story that he tells us about how they then planned. We do know the police did get raided because that's something that Kuyan could corroborate.
Yeah.
It would be in the news. He would be able to.
He was in New York at the time.
He'd be able to internal affairs and ask some people. You know what I mean? Like he's at a spot where he would know if that's a lie. So we know that happened. We don't know if they did it or he's using it to make it seem like.
If they haven't figured it out.
Well, so two of the things that I'll tell you, once you know that Verbal is Kaiser, right? Two things that you should go back and pay attention to is that he does, when he tells his story, he does two things over and over again in his story that are very funny and telling about him as a person. One, he is, I will say, very good at sprinkling in the information that the cop would want to hear just enough to make him keep wanting to hear more of the story, right?
Yeah.
So, like, the way he tells the story, Keaton didn't want to do it at first, but then Keaton was all in after a certain point. He knew the cop. The cop only cared about Keaton. That was the thing. Pulled him back in.
Yep, it just proved his like,
Keaton's right.
See, I knew it. I knew he couldn't go good. The second he get a taste of it, he'd be right fucking back.
Right? Gave him what he wanted to hear.
Validation. I was right.
He brings up the Keaton killing people, right? Like,
where he tells...
Because again, think about it. That's supposed to be information you're hearing him tell a cop about a conversation that he wasn't a part of. You get what I'm saying? So like, didn't need to be told.
And it also, that particular scene feels really out of place. Why would you tell that guy, hey, I stabbed your friend in prison?
Because he didn't want to keep doing it. That's why. He even told McManus. McManus was like, why'd you do that? And he said, I told you, one job. He was trying to sabotage a second job. He was trying to be like, this guy won't hire us because I killed his mentor. That's the reason. Watch it again and you'll hear it now. It'll make more sense now.
I gotta do it again. I gotta get the third time, man, or you don't pick up everything.
Yeah, so the reasoning for that was 100%. He was just trying to be like, but again, we don't know. We don't know if any of it's true. But the reason he might have said it, if it's real, was because he was trying to not do the job. But the reason why Sose/Verbal would have said it to Kuyan is because Kuyan would have been like, see, because he didn't mention that part of the story until after Kuyan told him the rundown that he killed people in prison. He killed this person. He killed this person. After Kuyan said that is when he said, I got an idea. I'll feed you some piece about how Keaton killed someone. Right?
Yeah.
He's a genius because he just gave him enough information to make him keep wanting to come back. The second thing, though, that if you go back and you listen to now, is he inflates his own ego so big. Right? Like, you didn't even think about it. You were like, McManus had the idea. He didn't. Whose idea was it? When he tells the story, who does he inflate as being the genius?
It was him.
He was like, McManus had the idea,
the man
but mine
with
was
the plan.
better. Mine was better.
Yeah.
I was the guy. Even while telling the story, saying that Keaton came up with the last part of it, he still goes, I was the man.
I made most of it.
Right?
I was the way that nobody died. Keaton had a little like spice on the end. Keaton was the let's burn the cop car. If
you go back and Keaton also called the reporters, so that way.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That was Keaton's big thing. Was like, we'll make sure this is definitely, they can't bury it, right?
Yeah.
Like, that was Keaton. Keaton's only piece was that the master plan was his. He tells every bit of that story that way. When it gets to a conjunction point, he makes it, and he does it really quick. But he'll real quick be like, I was the guy.
Oh,
I'm a genius.
He hints at that in the very beginning when they're first going into the lineup. He's like, it was kind of fun. I got to feel like a big shot.
Criminal mastermind.
I feel notorious. That's what it was.
But he did.
Yeah.
He made himself that way. Right?
It's easy to make yourself the hero of the story when you're telling it.
Plus, and again, like, that's one of those giveaways when you actually know what you're looking for. Again, you'd never think about it the first time, right? But one of those giveaways, right? And like you said in the beginning, he says, I got to feel like this. Do you remember what kind of criminal he was supposed to be?
Petty
con man.
Yeah, he's just kind of screwed somebody out like $60,000.
Probably
like everybody else, like when they were doing
hoodwink somebody, right? Like, he's a glorified hoodwinker.
When Kobayashi's like going through the rundown of everybody else's shit, it's like, you screwed a guy over for millions of dollars, and you stole a bunch of diamonds, and you killed this guy. So you just kind of screwed somebody out of like $50,000.
So here's my point to you: is he set up in a position to where he's going to be the guy who comes up with master plans?
Let alone be the one that anybody even listened to.
Is he going to be the guy who comes up with this crazy fucking holding the police capture with two? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The tipping point should be like, oh, well, a 2-bit con man isn't the guy coming up with the plans he says he comes up with.
Yeah, he's he's conning the cop by making him think he's the one that came up with it.
Dude, again, like, that's the thing. There's so many layers to it.
It's an onion.
You keep peeling
peeling it back, each more stinky than the last.
like you've mentioned though, like we do have after they do it, there's Redfoot, the whole guy over there, and
it's the bad guy from The Mask.
Well, and
he's uncredited too.
He's a weird character because like we get mentioned him by McManus, like they're close, but then every interaction McManus has with them is very tense. Like they don't get along.
You, I'm about to kill you.
Right? Like again, like
even before like shit goes wrong, he's just like, I can't. Okay, let me fuck this guy.
And so that's what I mean. Like I was like, what is he? Is this
him the briefcase? Is like, I don't need to count it, do I?
Is this Sose just not knowing how to tell that part of the story? What the fuck are we looking at? You know what I mean?
Might be.
The genius here. The is it on purpose? Is it not on purpose? Speaking of on purpose, not on purpose, and Redfoot.
This scene?
So this was the second time. It's the second time they see Redfoot. It's when things go wrong. The first time.
Oh yeah, when he comes back and they had
the drugs and they were like,
they had to kill those fucking guys.
Yeah. And so, but when he comes in, he's smoking a cigarette the second time, right? And when he gets pissed off and he throws it, dude, right?
Flicks it right at fucking Stephen Baldwin.
Hits him in the face. It looks wild.
Yeah, dude.
It's real. It's real. He really got smacked in the face with it was probably still a prop cigarette, but it probably still had a cherry on it.
No, it fucking, it looked real. It's shattered. Like, I've done this to people, you know?
But so the scene called for him to flip the cigarette into his Baldwin's chest. And
which is safer.
And it just didn't go that way.
It's not like it's aerodynamic. It's a fucking cigarette. It's just kind of going to go where it goes.
Everything that's in this, the reaction.
It looks so awesome, though.
It's real.
It hitting him in the face and him being like, you motherfucker. And
all of that real.
Even Gabriel Byrne, just quick as fuck, grabbing him. Like, no, dude. This is cool. Real life.
He was really trying to stop a fight from happening on set, dude. That's what that was.
You hit me in the face, asshole.
Yeah, so again,
plus, doesn't help that like Stephen Baldwin was being all method in this fucking movie.
Yeah, well, that's what
thinking he was Billy Badass. So of course, my character would charge at him if he got hit in the face.
He was notoriously so much like that on set that him and Kevin Pollak, they have literally never. Well, maybe it's one of those things where like it's famous, and like I said, like DVD commentary for this is very famous, and it is on the commentary him being like, I didn't like the guy. I don't know if the feud is still going.
You gotta fucking like be such a dick to have Kevin Pollak.
But it was it was a long running feud apparently between these guys.
From all accounts, nicest guy in the world. Like you never hear anything bad about Kevin Pollak. Now I've said that.
But yeah, so again, I would say that's one of those things, like the cigarette, this hatred between these two. It's one of those things where like the behind the scenes truth even helps hide the truth in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, because again, like that scene seems so real because real shit happened. But that scene might not. Well, that scene 100%. As far as right, like
it wouldn't have gone that way.
No, not only not gone that way, didn't happen. Right? That 100% has
never
to be a
happened.
made up part of the story.
Yeah, it has to be.
Because you yourself said you believe Kobayashi, right?
Yeah.
To you, Kobayashi is the linchpin. That was the thing that set up their meeting with Kobayashi. So that has to be not real too, right?
Yeah. Especially since Redfoot is another name that's just pulled on the board from the end. So yeah, the second Kobayashi and Redfoot come in the story, that's fake.
Well, because
I will give them the like, oh, the cop thing might have happened because that's really cool, and I kind of want to give it to them because they did get fucked over in the lineup.
Yes.
So it stands to reason that they'd want to get one up on the cops. I'll give them that one. But the second this Kobayashi fucker comes in, bullshit.
Well,
for the rest of the movie.
But remember though, it could just be that he's using fake names and he was just pulling fake names. Like that's the one theory. I don't believe that.
I didn't talk to the writer.
Christopher McQuarrie.
Christopher, come on the show. Tell me what's true, what's not.
I got a feeling at this point it's just the right. He can't. There's no way he tells people. Right. Like I mean,
whatever you want to think.
What you want to believe.
What you believe happened. Because that's the fun of movies.
The only thing that you know when you leave for sure is who Kaiser Soze. The one thing the movie told you is the question you should worry about is the only question you have an answer to.
Yep.
Who is Kaiser Soze?
Yep. It was verbal the whole fucking time.
And that's it, dude. That takeaway shot.
Where he's walking with dragging his foot and then it just slowly starts. He even does this kind of like, I'm so tired of using my hand that way.
Well, did you notice what he did? he pulled out the lighter,
The
with
gold
his
lighter.
but with his left hand.
Yeah, the fucked up one. This one.
Well, because earlier in the movie, he even used his right hand, and the left hand was the reason he dropped. Dude, like, to sell to you how good he's been doing this act the whole movie. And it is. If you want to go back and you want to believe, like, he was faking the whole thing, right? Like, he's Kaiser Soze, he faked that whole cerebral palsy through the whole movie. If you go back and watch it, goddamn, he does.
Yep.
Like, there's not a single the flub. Like, he carries it every single second.
His foot sits when he's sitting in the chair.
Yes.
It is at this weird jacked up angle.
Club footed the whole time, like turned inward, crazy looking.
It just looks so uncomfortable when he's sitting.
It is, again, it's one of those epic. Right, Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Dead Deputy Doofy. It's, again, like, this is.
I forgot about that.
This is where it comes from, though.
That's the best one. That's the best reference to it. That's where he's all stupid and then he takes the mustache off. He's all cool. Jumps in the reporter's car, drives off.
Like,
fuck yeah.
Like, he hops in Kobayashi's car and drives off. It is 100%. That's what they're referencing. And so now for a whole generation of people who didn't realize what the reference is, now
there
you
know.
Go. I think we're at a good point. I think we've had a lot of fun here. We've definitely talked about this movie, probably maybe more so than we did. Like, lengthwise, this episode might be shorter, but I feel like we really dug into the meat of this
Hopefully
movie.
Nobody got lost in all the twists and turns.
Well, no, they probably did, and that's okay, because the whole point of this movie is that you're going to get lost. And so if
you're going to question us, and no matter how many times you watch it, you're going to question shit. It's like, well, was I right? I think I was right.
So I think we're good, though, but we got to close it out. We've been masterfully making this new segment, and we've got a name now. So we just need to do this. What's the thing, Bo? Now that we're back and we have a name, instead of doing it like last week, I'll just ask you, what's the thing?
Stephen Baldwin.
Give me specifics.
Oh, I have to go into detail?
Well, I just need a little bit.
They've cast him as this, as like the door breaker, the entry man, this badass, like probably had like special forces training.
Mickey Rourke and Harley Davidson.
With the fucking jacket.
Totally embodying it.
But it's Stephen Baldwin with this.
It's Stubbs.
Yeah, it's Stubbs. I can't.
Okay.
Not that he didn't do good. He did great. I loved everything about it. I was actually upset with his death in the movie. I thought he deserved more. But it's Stephen Baldwin.
Okay. That's fair. Dude, that's fair. I will give you that. Well, again, like we've already said, there's no wrong answer.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer.
Because, again, like just in case people need the refresher, this isn't the thing that... sometimes it might be the thing that completely makes the movie not feel good for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like this. It's it's funny fun.
Yeah, right? It's funny. It's just
there's
like
nothing wrong with it, but at the same time,
the watermelon. This is the biggest one.
Or me last week, Lee Tomlin, just the faces.
Why? Why are you doing that?
Loved it, but it was definitely still the thing. It was the thing. So, Bo, I think now you need to...
Shane.
Yes?
What's the thing?
I love that you said an actor because I have to come back to you with an actor.
You got an actor too.
And mine is Kevin Pollak. Again, much like you said, not that he did a bad job, like Stephen Baldwin, not that he did a bad job, but for me, like for you, the thing is, Baldwin's not Billy Badass. He's Stubbs. So for me, my thing is, Kevin Pollak isn't the hard ass, right? Like, and he did great.
Did good.
I believed him as the hard ass. But like, I don't understand the casting director who said, I need a hard ass.
I need Kevin Pollak for this.
I want Kevin Pollak for this. Like, if you told me you needed Joe Pesci in Goodfellas, but in a newer generation, I get Kevin Pollak.
That works.
Right?
That works.
I get that kind of... Like,
was Joe Pesci busy? He probably could have done this.
I can buy Kevin Pollak as that kind of person who's involved in the crime.
Do I look funny to you?
The smart mouth, kind of guy. Well, again, not that I don't buy it. I did buy it. But again,
when you see the name, your first impression,
and knowing that that's what he was supposed to do beforehand, I would have been like,
"No,
you guys are out of your mind."
No, he's the funny, goofy one, right?
Again, seeing the names and knowing he's not comic relief, I'm like, Did someone
Might have
miscast him?
fucked up.
They
Somebody
did
messed
great,
up.
and he did great. But yeah, like
no, and he did. He was the one I was so upset. Like him and Stephen Baldwin, even though I have my problem, I was the most upset about them being their death because it was just kind of, oh well, they're dead. No, like, no, they didn't even get a shot off. It's just, yep, they're dead.
well, technically Baldwin took a lot of shots. Sniper style first.
Well, yeah,
I know what you mean. At the person coming for him. I know what you meant.
I guarantee you what happened is he walked into Soze in the hallway and was like, "Oh, you good, brother?" and started to walk past him. Come on, we're going this way, and he just stabbed him in the back.
Oh,
of the
100%.
neck.
That's the thing about it. Like
that's why he was like, "It was the funniest thing," and then died.
So yeah, the whole closeout of the movie. What I'll tell you is one of those like they did a trick, right, to try to help you know but not know. Literally every scene right before they show something from Soze's perspective, no matter the reason for it, whether it's in the flashback or if it's in the police station of Verbal telling it to Kuyan, they show Kevin Spacey. They show Verbal's face. They show Verbal's face and then immediately slide into the perspective for Soze.
I thought you
were that way you could see. He's Soze.
I thought you were going to say everything is in his left hand.
No, that's true.
The gun, the lighter, like all of it's in his left hand. No, that's true.
Anytime you see Soze,
I picked up on something.
Anytime you see Soze in the flashbacks and all those different things, it's always his left hand
because Verbal's hand's all jacked up
to help mess with you.
It's my little hand.
Okay,
it's my strong hand.
I know that I said that we were going to close out, but because we started bringing a couple of these up, I do want to tell you this one. You know, at the end, right? Like, we're supposed to see that Spacey was hiding behind the rope.
Yeah.
Right? As Verbal. So here's the deal. When you see the very end, when he's supposed to be there and then he runs off.
Yeah.
Specifically, they told him not to hide there, but he does hide. He is in the scene. You just can't see him because they told him a different place to hide to prove to you that Soze hid somewhere else and people just didn't know.
Is he just like off in the
He's under the tires, if you want to know. So that way when you go back to watch, there's some tires.
So that last shot where the fire goes off and it shows like all the rope and stuff. He's like over here.
Yes, he's not behind the rope, despite the fact that that's where they show us.
The camera is like that's making you look right in the middle.
Well, and it's also
from that perspective.
That's the perspective where they kept saying. That's where they kept telling us Verbal watched it from. That's what they want you to see is that Verbal was saying that's where he was. That's why they wanted you to know that though, because Verbal kept saying that's where he was. They wanted you to know he was never there.
Again, third watch through. Now I'm gonna have because I kept looking. I was like, I want to see if
because Verbal said he saw it, right?
I would have his eyes peeking through the ropes.
Verbal said he saw it, right? Because Verbal said, I watched him shoot him. But that's why. The reason why is because we know that he couldn't have ever been there. And so in the last shot, they make sure we see he was not there. Genius.
Yeah, dude. It is. Fuck, he had to be an asshole, though.
Yeah, okay. Before we start talking about him, we gotta stop. We're done.
Yeah,
good movie. Great movie. I love this.
I love this movie.
Beer, we said a lot to start with.
Fantastic.
It's only gotten better. I love this.
It's good cold. It's good slightly room temperature.
I wouldn't go hot because it's a light beer. Although I don't know, that staving is a thing, right? Have you ever seen that where they take like a hot metal,
like a hot iron and put it in the beer? Yeah, I've seen that. It might actually work for this.
It might because it's so coffee forward.
If you got a balls of steel, give that a shot.
Someone do it. Tell us.
Yeah,
because if you tell me it's worth it, I'll buy the things to be able to do this safely.
Man, I got you. We'll just go to the forge and we'll put a steel ball bearing in it and drop it.
We gotta make sure that they use a specific type of metal to make. Well, again, I'll show you, but we'll find it. Again, I got the equipment to heat it up. Yeah. You find me the metal, brother. We got it. So someone. Please try first, though, because I still want someone else to tell me if it's worthwhile. Someone else
guinea pig this shit.
If you tell me it's worthwhile, 100%, I'm doing it.
What if
hey,
they lie?
If nothing else,
I want video proof. I want video proof of it being good.
Brewdog, come on, you guys help us out, right?
Somebody there will try it.
You guys can do this without it mattering. Like if someone at home does it and they don't enjoy it, they might. I don't want them to waste their beer, but you guys have enough.
You got a surplus. You can take one of the cans off the line and try this.
It'll be all right. Hell, they can take it straight out of the.
Straight out of the fucking
the batch
thing.
All right. Guys, we had a blast. This was fun. Great movie. Just look past the
who
people.
did it and who's in it.
Yeah. Look past those.
Just every time they're on, he's on screen, just kind of flip him off.
Pretend like it's Arliss Howard.
There you go. Let's transition that.
Yes.
Fuck that guy. Arliss Howard.
All the way.
He looks like Arliss Howard. That's how it goes.
Not the other way. We want to fix our problem, and not only fix it, we're going to fix it for the world.
Exactly.
All right. On that note, though, Bo, I think we're ready to tell them what are we going to do next week.
Next week, we're going back to the hometown brewery. We're going back to Sawstone with some Cave Run Lager. Because we're going to do Logan's Run.
Logan's Run.
Some classic 70s sci-fi.
This is a good one, too. I've been watching this one
since we were kids.
Yeah, I've been mentioning.
I feel like this is another memo rental.
Maybe. Well, I definitely
did this.
The Sci-Fi Channel used to show. So
all the
it
time.
may not have been a rental. It might have been one of those like family weekends
where we just
everybody was at Mama's house, and that's where we watched it. That's a possibility for sure. But I've been loving my mom was a big sci-fi person. She definitely watched this one a bunch when I was a kid.
My dad was too. He won't admit it, but he is.
It's okay.
It's his fault I watched Star Trek and Highlander.
You now have the platform to say he is, and he doesn't have one to say he's not. So you win.
It's all true. You know you're a nerd. You just won't admit it.
You get to rewrite that story right now. You're a Kaiser Soze, sir. I guess you're
right.
verbal. You're verbal.
I'm verbal, and oh, wait.
No.
I will be the character verbal, but not that guy.
Yeah. No, you're Arliss Howard.
I'm Arliss Howard playing verbal. There we go. I fixed it. It's all good.
All right, though,
Crisis
guys.
averted.
We had a lot of fun here. Obviously, before we get too much drunker, and trust us, we will. We have a little bit more to go. We're going to wrap this up. So, Bo, is there anything else you have to say to everybody?
Comment, subscribe, especially on Facebook. We're so close. We need
we're getting there.
like 10 people.
It's like 10 to 12. It's so close, dude.
And then we can.
Well, YouTube. We've not, dude. We're like 5 away from 600 subscribers. So like YouTube would also. Yeah. So like we're pretty close there.
Hit the Facebook and the YouTube. Comment, subscribe.
Do the things.
Do the thing. Push all the buttons. It's just any button that's on the screen. Just give it a tap. I'm sure it'll help somehow. But other than that, I don't know. You want to go run through like old mugshots of people on the internet?
Isn't that the thing from Star Trek?
The Kobayashi Maru. Oh my God, it is.